In 1859, Charles Darwin published his groundbreaking book on the origin of species, where he presented his theory of evolution by natural selection. The idea is simple. Over vast periods of time, living organisms change in response to their environment. Genetic variation causes small differences within each generation. You are not an exact copy of your parents, and that's a good thing. Most of the time, these variations don't matter, but sometimes they can give a creature a small advantage. Imagine the environment changes and food becomes scarce. A creature born slightly smaller than the rest might need less food, giving it a better chance of survival. That creature is more likely to reproduce and pass along its smaller genes. Over generations, natural selection begins to favor traits that are best suited to the environment. Given enough time, these gradual changes can add up and produce entirely new species. This is evolution, and it affects every living thing on Earth, including us humans. For over 150 years since Darwin's book, people have asked, did humans evolve from apes? The truth is, that question isn't quite right. We humans are apes, part of the great ape family along with chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans. We didn't evolve from the apes alive today. Instead, we share a common ape-like ancestor with them. You could say chimpanzees and gorillas are our closest cousins. In fact, humans and chimpanzees share about 99% of their DNA. Fossils show how this story unfolded. Around 17 million years ago, that common ancestor began splitting into different branches, first separating from the line that led to gibbons, then to orangutans, then to gorillas. Finally, about 7 million years ago, one branch became the ancestors of modern chimpanzees and bonobos, while the other started down the path that would eventually lead to us. What made this branch special? They began walking on two legs, a trait known as bipedalism. Why did that happen? Because the environment in Africa was changing dramatically. Dense forests were disappearing due to natural climate change, and open savannas were spreading. Our ancestors, no longer protected by trees, needed to travel long distances and escape predators. Walking upright may also have been more energy efficient than moving on four limbs when not climbing trees. The first known species to regularly walk upright was Australopithecus, about 4 million years ago. One of the most famous fossils is Lucy, discovered in 1974. Although she walked on two legs, she still had a small brain, relied mostly on plants for food, and could not speak. Then, around 2.5 million years ago, a new species appeared, Homo habilis. Their name means handy man, because they were the first known to create stone tools. With larger brains, smaller jaws, and hands more like ours, they were the first true members of the human genus. After them came Homo erectus about 1.8 million years ago. They had bigger brains, stronger skeletons built for full-time upright walking, and features more human-like than anything before them. Most importantly, they were the first to leave Africa, spreading into Asia and Europe, likely following their prey. Homo erectus is also thought to have mastered fire, using it for warmth, protection, and cooking. Cooking released more calories from food, fueling further brain growth. Over the next million years, Homo erectus populations split into different groups. Some evolved into species like Homo heidelbergensis, who may have been the first to bury their dead and use primitive language. From them came the Neanderthals in Europe and the Denisovans in Asia. These ancient humans were not the brutish cavemen often shown in media. They crafted advanced tools, built shelters, hunted skillfully, and had complex social lives. Evidence suggests they also used symbolic objects and possibly had speech. Then, about 130,000 years ago in Africa, a new species emerged, Homo sapiens, our direct ancestors. By around 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals, Denisovans, and other human groups began disappearing, leaving Homo sapiens as the last survivors. Why did this happen? Climate change played a role, but humans also had social and cognitive advantages. Our ancestors lived in larger groups, built networks that shared knowledge, invented better tools, developed complex language, and even created art. These traits helped them outcompete other human species. But the story didn't end there. Before disappearing, Neanderthals and Denisovans interbred with Homo sapiens. Today, many people still carry about 2–4% of their DNA. That means these groups weren't just our neighbors, they are part of our ancestry. So, to summarize, humans did not evolve from the apes alive today. We share a common ancestor with them, dating back millions of years. Human evolution is a slow, continuous process shaped by environment, survival, and innovation. Every step from Australopithecus to Homo habilis, from Homo erectus to Neanderthals has led to us, modern Homo sapiens. and the story is still being uncovered. New fossil discoveries and genetic research continue to reshape our understanding of where we came from. But what we do know is that we are the result of a long journey. From tree-dwelling apes to upright walkers, toolmakers, fire users, artists, and thinkers. We are, quite literally, the hairless apes who climbed down from the trees and learned to walk, talk, create, and ask questions about our own origins.